Let's go talk to the town leader at this point. Who are you?
I'm surprised to see you back, Mighty One. Take...
Okay. Mayor. What is this?
Don't be like that.
You sure?
Welcome, stranger! Welcome to beautiful Tien's Landing. Isn't it a glorious day? Oh, I know, people complain and grumble, but honestly, I think they're overreacting. Things can't be that bad, right? After all, you're here. If the town was truly doomed, would we still be getting visitors? Ha, I think not. In fact, I think your presence here is a sure sign that things are looking up. Soon, all our problems will be solved. It's just like I kept saying.
Glad to see you're keeping your spirits up.
Things will get better. They always do. It's like my father used to say, the greater the problem, the greater the solution. I'm sure it'll all work out. You came to the right place, then. I won't give you the doom and gloom others will. Sure, we've got problems, but Tien's Landing is still the best village in the district.
Tell me about the town.
I'm always happy to talk about Tien's Landing. We may have a few minor problems, but I'm sure Shang, our Imperial Minister, will find a way to solve them.
They can buy and sell.
Most of the merchants and our glorious Minister Shang gather in the town square, the highest point in the village. Just follow any path that leads up until you reach it. Few of the merchants have anything to sell, what with the dam being open and all, but if you head up to the square, you can still get a nice view of the whole town.
Do you have anything useful? Where did the name Tien's Landing come from?
A splendid question, and one in which I am particularly well-versed. It is a fascinating tale that dates back to the blessed first emperor of Jade, Sagacious Tien. Before he was emperor, before there was even an empire, Sagacious Tien was a young man, fond of wandering the countryside. One day he stopped, weary from his travels. He lay down to rest beneath the shade of a cool tree and had a marvelous dream of a shining empire. This dream drove him to create the Jade Empire as we know it. To honor the memory of his dream, he returned and built a summer palace in the spot where he had stopped to rest. In time, a town, this town, sprang up around the palace.
I don't see a palace around here, actually, because it's in the old town.
Well, that was long ago. Over the centuries, the castle fell into ruin. But make no mistake, Tien's Landing is where he had his dream. The castle proves it.
There's no castle.
Yes, but there used to be, many centuries ago. All evidence of it may be gone now, but just knowing it was here once is all the proof I need. Other villages try to claim the Emperor had his dream while crossing their lands, but I know the truth. Tien's Landing, my hometown, is the birthplace of the Empire.
Yeah, that's stretching it a bit. I'm sure other peoples have dreamed of empires. You only have the empire when you actually have it.
Enjoy your stay in wonderful...
Yeah, is there anything worthwhile, or is everyone talking shit?
Hello, and welcome to Chuman's Woodcrafts. I'm afraid I don't have any woodwork items ready right now. My inventory's a bit understocked. No, I'm nobody. You don't want to talk to me. You should speak to Minister Shang. He's much more important than a simple merchant about to go out of business.
Yeah, just give me your request.
There are several customers who owe me money, but with the dam open, times are hard. I can't expect them to pay me when they can't even feed their families. And if they don't pay me, I can't afford the raw materials to make my woodwork. It's a difficult situation, but I'm trying to make the best of it.
I could lend you some silver. Holy shit. How about new? On the other hand, it's a role-playing game, so you always, the developers are giving you free handjobs for helping the poor. I don't want to be a money collector. Yeah, why don't you take my silver?
A noble offer, but I must refuse. Prospects for my shop are poor right now. I can't allow you to risk losing your investment. No, things will have to work out on their own.
Hmm. I'll help you collect.
No, no, that won't be necessary. I don't want to cause any trouble for my customers. I'm sure they'll pay me eventually. At least, I hope so.
Fine.
Farewell.
A fisherman. Fishman, fisherman. Okay, is there anything worthwhile up here? A large city, in fact. Ah. What is this?
This here's a private club. Members only.
What club?
You can't. Just move along. You have a nice day now.
Boathouse.
Your move, old goat.
Ikirnik tine piru, wo iferek uk son puno.
You play too conservatively, Bo. You must be bold when playing a game of Yi. Did I teach you nothing?
You taught me much, Jian, but the most valuable lessons were learning where you were wrong. 17th square of the Lion, if you please.
Wotowir ukawana ir usoana da hoki. Yato nonapadi irovir.
A wise move, but you know you cannot win. You stole this game the way you hesitated to learn of harmonic combinations. Must be bold, Bo.
You are being rude, Jian. We have a guest. Let us place the game on hold a moment.
Tawi ir kawana ir sonir ipoki.
I was doing my best to ignore you two. Very well, what do you want from Jia and the Iron Fist, or Mistress Bo? If you are here for trading, I refuse. What kind of training can you two offer?
Oki fakania, ni ukoristruipo.
None. Too many people seek our guidance.
Do not be so hasty, Jian. You did not turn me aside all those years ago.
Nararo, na pirapirni, niktakatashi.
And look where that got us. Your foolish devotion to the way of the open palm drove you from my tutelage and made you weak. No more. End of subject. What exactly are you doing?
Wonakapir sari awaf, van sier surufus isinosaurus usuno.
We are having our game of Yi interrupted. Playing without the board or pieces is hard enough without some stranger interrupting.
Surely you know of Yi, the capturing game? Played on a board of 19 rows and columns, the black and white pieces capture territory for their player.
Ikirnik tine piru, Uiferek uoksun puno.
Have simply decided to do away with the board. If one is properly focused, it is not so hard to keep the game in one's mind. I'll leave you two to your game.
Jian the Iron Fist isn't honestly going to let this one walk away, is he? If you don't say anything, then I will, you old goat.
Sisair pawao, tikotro tuaso.
As much as it pains me, Bo is right. I see potential in you. Major strength and the dozens of worms who compete for my favor.
I too see strength, but also the capacity for understanding the world and your place in it. You could prove an interesting pupil.
Does that mean you will train me?
Ipaner nuku iwair, nikasanarir, iruru ninua sair kana.
I will make you an offer. Show me that you understand every nuance of the way of the closed fist, and I will teach you how to bend the storms to your will through tempest.
He would like nothing more than to have you as a student. But show me that you walk the way of the open palm, and I will teach you the mysteries of Stone Immortal.
Usair kokonato, tanatir, katanano, shafatoyo, kokonato siri panoneniku.
We will be here for some time if you wish either of our tutelage, but do not ask us to guide you on your path. Learning the ways on your own is the most important lesson. Okay, that's potentially very useful. Another form of doing things. Fighting technique. Sailor, Big Tian.
Look at all these people here. When my old father told me to come to the big city, he never warned me about the crowds.
Do you think Tian's Landing is a big city?
Back on the farm, I ain't never seen so many people and buildings in one place. Except for livestock. But I guess they ain't people. Or buildings.
I see the gods made you smart, Dictate.
My name's Tian, but everyone calls me Big Tian because I'm so big. I came to the city to try to find me a wife. So far, it's not going so good.
So, second
You
guy
wouldn't
looking for a
happen to
wife.
know any pretty young gals, would you? Someone who'd want to come live on the farm with me?
I don't know any eligible women right now.
Well, that's a real shame. If you run across any nice gals, do me a favor and mention my name to them. Big Tian. You have a nice day now.
So, I wonder how many of these guys are. Yeah, Chinese men looking for wives? That's ridiculous. This is probably an exit.
Hey, Baker Bay. How are you today?
Go away! I told you I want no part of this. Tell Eiling to leave me alone.
If you want to tell Eiling something, go tell her yourself. In the meantime, we have our orders. Nothing personal. It's a little personal with me. I like sticking your face in the gutter. Hold on a sec. We've got company. You're a little too interested in our business, friend. Looks like we gotta teach you to back off when Eiling's boys are working.
Legendary strike!
Ah, what the hell is happening? Yeah, it's the invisible fucking wall again. I can't express enough how I hate that. Yeah, not. Fuck this game. Who the fuck thought this was a good idea? Oh my god, that is annoying. Totally pointlessly meeting. Let's try this. Ah, yeah, this doesn't work really. Ah. Yeah, this is just terrible. I'm not really in trouble because the fight is particularly hard. I'm in trouble because I can't fucking move anywhere.
Legendary strike.
Oh, the camera is looking in terrible directions. At least I know why this isn't particularly greatly valued game. It has some problems. Definitely a support style might be very good. Move.
Legendary strike.
Can you believe that these thugs would just attack me in broad daylight like that? They might have killed me if you hadn't stepped in. Thank you. I never expected such help from a stranger.
Actually, Lan sent me to help you.
You spoke to Lan? How humiliating. My fiancé must have told you I can't protect myself. The woman I love doesn't have faith in me? Oh, the shame. I'll never live this down.
She's just worried about you.
Yes, you're right, of course. I suppose I can't fault Lan for being worried about me. I've taken some serious beatings lately. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. I'm just worried about Lan. She's very emotional. I've done my best to try and keep her from becoming involved in this.
Involved in what exactly?
Those thugs are acting on Eiling's orders. She's the head of their gang. They have a small hideout in the boathouse. Eiling and I were friends when we were children, but we drifted apart as we grew up. She fell in with some rough people, as you've already seen. Ever since I got engaged, Eiling has become obsessed with me. Every day she sends her thugs to beat me up. She says she won't stop until I go talk to her.
So why won't you?
She's obviously crazy. I've done nothing to her. We haven't even spoken in years. If I go to her hideout to talk to her, I'm afraid that I'll never come out. At least the beatings on the street are out in public. They won't kill me in front of witnesses. Well, not on purpose anyway.
So it actually sounds like the engagement is the problem. She objects to it for one reason or another. Yeah, I get the feeling you're not telling me something.
I'm being completely honest, I swear. I know how this looks. You must think I've done something to deserve this, but I have no idea why Eiling is after me.
Perhaps you made a promise to her. you're not keeping it, or something along that lines. I would imagine it has to do with the woman he's about to engage. So maybe a previous promise to Eileen. Maybe I could talk to her.
Thank you so much. Eileen and her thugs are in the boathouse. Please just ask her to leave me alone. All we want is to live our lives in peace.
She's looking for a husband. Maybe I can offer one of the two prospects we met so far for her as sacrifice. Basically a prostitute. Beggar.
These docks remind me of the fishermen in Two Rivers. A shame we will never see them again.
Urchin. Another prostitute.
Stop right there! I gave you 2 extra duty. Get back to that galley and start cleaning.
We don't have to listen to you, Ing. You're a captain without a ship. She's nothing but a landlocked house now.
I will discover a way to free this ship. Until then, you'd better follow orders.
I've had enough of you and your orders.
Now get back in that ship! I'm your captain, understand?
Well, you're still the captain, for now. But if you don't get us out of this town soon, you're going to have a mutiny on your hands. Then we'll see what's what.
If you've come to complain about my men, I don't want to hear it. When Minister Sheng gets the Great Dam closed, we'll be happy to leave. Until then, we're stuck here.
Your men don't respect you very much, do they?
They're good men, but we're all a bit mad right now. The Great Dam is open and the lake that feeds into the river is gone. My ship is stranded here like a lame water buffalo. We're sailors. We don't belong on land. If we could just get our ship back on the water, everything would be fine. But that won't happen until someone finds a way to close the dam.
I'll do it for you.
The moment I saw you, I knew you were the fearless sort. I hoped you would offer to help. It shames me to need the help of a stranger. I'm not a rich man, but my reputation, my ship, and my men are worth everything I can give. Close the dam and free us, and I'll give you all the silver I have. You won't get too far if you don't speak to Minister Sheng first. The dam is located in the ruins, but a pair of massive gates blocks the way. Only Sheng has the key. Good luck. I'm not used to needing help from others. It's hard for me to say this, but thank you.
Sure.
Hello there, stranger. I haven't spotted you around Tian's Landing before. You've come at a bad time, what with the dam being open and all. Regardless, it's good to meet you. I'm Darting Lynx, the acrobat. Unfortunately, I'm not putting any shows on in Tian's Landing, if that's why you're here.
Okay, what kind of shows do you normally put on?
You know, feats of balance and precision, delicate routines to shock and amaze. Whatever brings some silver, really. I travel around the countryside putting on acts and sometimes teaching people a few tricks. Hey, now that I think of it, you're a warrior, right? I may not be putting on any shows here, but I could teach you a few techniques to improve your balance and speed if you're interested.
Yes, I am.
I'd be happy to. I'll be leaving Tian's Landing someday soon, and silver always helps the trip go smoother. Let's see what I can teach you.
Let's see. Gems. Inferior intimidation. Lord warrior. Okay. Focus and... Holy shit, these are expensive. It's because it has no negative. Balance of nature. Plus 15 focus. Plus 3 chi. Be one with your art. It must be your entire world, your only focus. But to lose yourself in that world is also a serious failing. If you balance the needs of your art with the needs of your inner self, you can achieve true transcendence and clarity of purpose. Okay, focus is not really of any interest to me, but chi is. But that's plus 3 chi is nothing. I don't want to sacrifice health for focus. Or chi. -1 intuition for 3 charm. A dancer must learn to glide as softly and as delicately as a small bird, flitting from here to there. Many people find this behavior fascinating and mysterious. I wonder what kind of different builds you could make, especially the intuition, charms. I guess physical and weapon usage. Balance of nature would be great. But again, plus 15 focus, so... you get 50% more about of the original price pack. We'll come back here later.
Hello! You do not need to speak with me. I am just Merchant Xiang's assistant. Perhaps someday I will be Merchant Xipeng, mightiest merchant of Tian's Landing. But for now, I am just an assistant, not worthy of your honorable time.
Well, no. Scholar of 6-7, and then the leader of the place. Surprising amount of little things to do. Of course you had to kick it. Couldn't just look at the base, what it had inside, you had to destroy it. Who are you?
Finally! Someone stronger than these cowed peasants. This town disgusts me. I am Scholar 6 Heavens, and I need someone who possesses great strength and skill. What I do not need, however, is someone who walks the way of the open palm. I can read in every movement that you would protect the weak and coddle the poor.
You're saying you need help, but not mine.
That is exactly the case. You are not worthy to help me in my task. I need someone who understands that discord, friction, and trial are the true sources of strength. If I can see by your actions that you understand the way of the closed fist, I promise to make it worth your while. Otherwise, I will not waste any more time with you.
Fair enough. At least we can move forward. Tongue.
What do you want? Can't you see we're busy drinking here? Gotta wash away our sorrows.
Yeah, I think you're gonna keep your sorrows and be drunk in addition to that.
It's no fun being trapped in this town. We don't know nobody, we ain't seen our families in months, and now we're stuck here. That'd drive anyone to drink.
Not really. Never open. Okay. We might as well try to figure out the... Why is the childhood friend having thugs beat the shit out of one guy? So basically go into the boathouse and pick a fight. I don't get why the gate's sealed. Okay, this is gonna be a fight. We're not exactly in all that good of a condition. Just don't have the chi to really do anything.
This here's a private club.
I need to speak to Eileen.
Why didn't you say so in the first place? Go on in. They'll unlock the door for you.
Horse Lord tactics. Unlike the ordered armies of the Jade Empire, the Horse Lords favor lightly armored units of horsemen, who can move rapidly over the field of battle. Moving like a rushing tide, small groups of horsemen harry all angles of their opponent's flanks. Armed with bows, almost to a man, these mounted archers can rain destruction upon unprepared foes. While the Horse Lord tactics are surprisingly effective, their men lack the discipline of the Imperial Army. For all the damage they can inflict, the Horse Lord forces have difficulty holding strategic locations. For now, the Jade Empire exists in an uneasy peace with the Horse Lords, leaving the savages to their arid lands north of the seat of the Heaven Province.
Be careful in here. I don't relish the idea of fighting my way out of this place.
I sort of do.
So, I hear you helped out Baker Bay today. Gave my boys a bit of a lesson, didn't you? You'd think after all the beatings I gave them over the years they'd be used to losing. But they're still taking it pretty hard. Maybe the humiliation will be good for them.
Why are you picking on Bay?
Everyone thinks that Bay and that little seamstress make such a nice couple. But Bay already promised to marry me. I know what you're thinking. Why would Bay want to marry someone like me? I may not be a delicate little flower like Lon, but I don't want to run this gang forever. Someday I want a husband, maybe a little house, kids too. Bay promised to give me all that. He promised to marry me, and now he's trying to weasel out of it. But a promise is a promise. I won't forget that, even if he tries to.
Maybe we can work something out.
Yeah, okay. If he has the guts to come here and face me, I'll talk to him. But I'm not going to let him weasel out of his promise.
Lan, what are you doing here?
I figure we better get all the secrets out, Bay. If Lon's going to marry you, she should know what kind of man you really are.
She said there was something I need to know, Bay. What's going on? What is she talking about?
Eileen claims Bay promised to marry her.
What? Bay, how could you?
I didn't. It's a lie. I haven't spoken to her in years. Not since we were kids.
Don't pretend like you don't remember, Bay. It was summer, and we were sitting on a little raft catching fish. I was upset because Li Shun had called me ugly. I was crying, so you took my hand and said, "I think you're pretty, Eiling. And someday when we're grown up, I'll marry you."
What? But that was years ago. We were kids. We were only 6 years old. You can't hold me to that.
Seems like you are being unreasonable, Eileen. I would not like to say that. I'd like to ask the obvious question to her. Does she want, how important is it that is this particular person that she wants to marry? Does she want to marry, have kids, have a basically a life of her own, or does she want specifically Faye?
Kids say all kinds of things, Eileen. Remember when you took my frog and I called you a bully? You swore you'd never speak to me again. But that same day you gave me the frog back. You said you'd never, ever, ever do anything to make me unhappy. Kids always say things like that. It doesn't mean anything.
It meant something to me, Bay. You were the only boy who didn't tease me, the only one I liked. You promised to marry me, and you're going to keep that promise.
What's wrong with her eyes? Wait, Eileen, you said you'd never make Bay unhappy.
Well, yes, I did say that. But that was when we were still friends. Now he pretends like he doesn't even know me. He's changed.
You changed too.
Yes, but... well... you're right. I know you're right. Bay's right. We were just kids. I guess I can't hold him to his promise. You win, Lon. Bay is yours.
If I had more, I would gladly give it to you. But my family isn't rich. This dowry is all I have. Please, take it with my thanks.
Glad to be of service.
You've done so much for us, and we've given you so little. Wait, I know. We will name our first child after you to honor your memory.
Please don't.
I'm glad everything worked out for you two, and I'm sorry, Bay. I don't know what came over me. When I heard you and Lon were getting married, I just snapped.
It's okay, Eileen. I hope things work out for you.
Come on, Bay. Let's go.
I hope things work out for Bay and Lon. After everything I put them through, they deserve it. I don't know what came over me. It's just... Bay was my last chance to have a family. My only chance to find a husband. When I heard he was engaged, I realized I'd never get out of this life I've created.
You could still find a husband.
What respectable man would ever want to marry a girl like me? Even the lummoxes in my gang would only do it because they're afraid of me. This town is short on eligible bachelors as it is. I mean, there are a few guys out there I know of, but none of them would be interested in me. I have a reputation around town, and having my boys beat up Bay didn't help any. Any half-decent man would probably run if they saw me coming.
Why do I get involved in this shit?
Ha! You really think you can pull this off? Tell you what. You find me a decent husband, and I'll make it worth your while. My, business ventures have been very profitable. But don't think I'm desperate enough to settle for just anyone. I've got my standards. And I'd have to meet him first, of course.
I'll marry you. Yeah. Tell me about the town's bachelors.
Let's see. There's Rue the bosun, but he's nothing but a drunk. My boys have had more than a few run-ins with him over the years. He's definitely out. Schumann the craftsman is single. I don't know him that well, but he seems like a good man. He has a home in the southwest corner of the town. And then there's Yaru. He used to be a sailor traveling the Empire, but now he's looking to settle down. He might be a good catch. Spends most of his time in the tea house.
Anyone else?
Not living in town, and Tien's Landing doesn't get a lot of visitors. But if you find someone looking for a wife, bring him by so I can check him out. Yeah, right. The pickings in Tien's Landing are mighty slim for a girl like me. But if you find someone, just bring him back so I can meet him. And, well, good luck.
Boathouse key. Okay. This no one's come to mind. The land of howling spirits. To the west of the Jade Empire proper lies the land of howling spirits, a range of sheer mountains and desolate haunted passes. Not many men dwell in this harsh land. It does not support much in the way of communities, and those who dwell there are hardy mountain folk who rely on themselves and their herds of goats more than trust in nature. There is one exception to this rule. High in the mountains lies a secluded monastery, home to a reclusive and mysterious order known as the Spirit Monks. They tend an unknown charge in their sealed monastery. No one, not even an emperor, has been able to discover what lies within. The monks possess strange powers, but they exist in balance with nature. Eventually that land will be absorbed and the empire shall learn its secrets. 750. Lord Warrior. So a couple of guys and then the farmer was coming from the outside. Haven't been there. Matchmaker. And I don't recognize the dialogue. Excellent. Chumin the craftsman is single. Known well, but he seems like a good man. He has home southwest corner of the town. So probably there. Need to check him out. I don't think the guy in the tea house is a good match for her. Who knows?
Welcome back to Chumann's Woodcrafts. I still don't have any wares to show. It's a shame my business is struggling so much. I really am a fine craftsman, but I could use someone to help organize things and help me out with some of my jobs.
Wife. You're looking for a wife.
You are well informed about our little town, stranger. It's true, I've thought about marriage. Sometimes I've even thought a good woman could help me run my business better. Why do you bring this up? Do you know of a suitable young woman who would be willing to marry a simple craftsman like myself?
Do you know Eileen?
Eileen? The gang leader? She's beautiful, to be sure, but I've heard her beauty is only surpassed by her savage brutality. Why would I want to marry her?
Yeah. I don't think this is a bad match. Way. He could certainly use a little bit more of our ruthless of a wife, so he can get his business in order. Yeah, she could help you in your business.
Well, she did turn that gang of thugs into a rather efficient criminal organization, and she is quite attractive. I guess it couldn't hurt to go talk to her. Come on, let's go see Eileen. Hello, Eileen. I'm Chuman the Craftsman. I'm pleased to meet you.
What's wrong with you? You look like you're gonna throw up. If you vomit on my floor, you'll be cleaning it up yourself.
Yeah, Chuman's just a little shy.
Forgive me, but this isn't easy. Things are moving quite quickly here. I'm more used to taking things slow and careful. Perhaps it's the nature of being a craftsman.
That's right. You're a woodworker, aren't you? I remember seeing your wares in the market square. You've made some beautiful pieces.
He's a true artist.
I'm an excellent craftsman, but I'm terrible at business. Between suppliers who don't deliver what they promise and customers who won't pay, I can barely afford to feed myself.
You both seem to already know a lot about each other. I think you wanted me to introduce you.
You're a sensitive man, Chuman. You have the gentle soul of an artist. What you need is a woman with some steel in her spine to back you up.
I'd like that, Eileen. I've often thought that if I had someone strong by my side, someone to help me, I could turn things around.
I think Chuman and I should spend some more time getting to know each other. Just the two of us.
Yep. Go ahead.
You lived up to your part of the bargain and brought me a decent prospect. So I'll live up to mine. Here's the silver I promised you.
I've never seen so much silver before. I've been owed it, but I never managed to collect.
I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful partnership.
I never knew you were such a romantic, though I always knew you had a generous heart.
Level up. How much silver did we actually get? We have 6,000. We could easily afford, you know, the technical improvement, but again, it proves on focus mostly. A little bit of chi, I guess. Or was it? Well, I don't even recall what it was. But yeah, not really our thing. And I would hate to spend all our money on something that's really not our thing. At the same time, there's no equipment in this game really. Just few boost items. I'll take a little bit more body. Developing spirit. Yeah. "21 style points." I don't particularly like any of our skills. Legendary Strike probably the most, but I'm not really a fan of that either. So, exit. Maybe I should have made. Oh, are you inside the wall there? Sorry about that. Ah, finally we get to talk to the minister. Ah.
Pretty.
Wo affaweer sun urk van hier ook. Ook zeer sa feet kup wo sarkier.
Yeah. Stop thief, come back here with my sword. I don't know why they use two different languages here. My problem with this is because the totally foreign language they use, the tone doesn't really match all that well with what's being said quite often.
Put that sword back, lout! Surely there was never a minister as unlucky as Minister Sheng to suffer such insolence.
Koni onu you tashika wheel fonil sataraponi?
Is that it? You're just going to let the thief walk free?
And still poor Minister Sheng suffers the insults of tradesmen who know nothing of justice. Where would I put the lout? My jail has been burned to the ground, along with my office, I might add. I have no place to put thieves, so stop questioning your betters.
It's like our first proper fighter there. Isn't sailor urchin sailor?
This is bad. Oh, this is bad. River dried up. Tawa ear, Kawana ear.
5 people.
Hey? What do you want?
Who are you?
I'm Wei. Some call me Old Wei, but that's because they don't know Old Chan. If I'm old, he's ancient. He's at least a week older than me. Of course, we're both pretty old compared to most of the people in Tien's Landing. Why, most of them don't even remember what it was like before the flood.
Tell me about the flood.
18 years ago, Emperor Sun was young and flush with success from ending the drought. He began public works all over the empire, including the Great Dam downriver. The workmen came and started building it near our town. We were not engineers, and so we were not sure what it would mean. Some worried that it might flood us out. Most were unconcerned. After all, if there were any danger, the Emperor would tell us, surely. One day, the Great Dam was finished, and the floodgates were closed.
What happened?
The town flooded. We took what we could and fled. Mothers ran about screaming for their children who'd gone out to play. Children screamed for their dogs. Some folks climbed to the roofs of their houses and refused to leave. We survivors straggled upriver. Some collapsed from exhaustion, but the water kept rising. I carried a boy and a girl, and I saw another boy fall, but I couldn't carry him. Finally, I fell over too. And when I woke, I found the water had stopped rising. The Great Dam had created an enormous lake, and we settled our new town on the banks. The lake completely covered the ruins of our town. Life went on, but no word ever came from the Imperial City. No warning, no explanation. Did we displease the Emperor, or were we just beneath his notice? I will never know. The crewmen who manned the Great Dam would come to town sometimes, but they knew no more than we. I will go to my grave never knowing.
No one here will talk about the ruins.
The people started a new life here, but there was much pain and sorrow. Conversations would trail off. At night you could hear women sobbing, and not a few men. Finally, people stopped talking about the past, and then they refused to talk about it altogether. And eventually they pretended it never happened.
I saw ruins on my way here. They aren't underwater.
A few months ago, the Emperor's engineers and soldiers left. They just went off in the night. Soon after, the Great Dam opened on its own. There wasn't anyone around. The water drained, revealing the old ruins. And underwater these 18 years. And now they're back. I don't know what made the Great Dam open. Some say it was ghosts. They say those who died in the town don't want to be forgotten.
You never sought revenge for the flooding of your town.
You look like you know how to fight. You look like you can stand up for yourself, so you don't understand. We are villagers. We farm and fish. We live at the mercy of the gods, nature, and the Emperor. If one or all of these masters is kind, it is good. If one or all choose to be cruel, well, there's nothing we can do about it. We just have to get the fish hauled in.
Yeah, thank you for telling me your story.
Well, thank you for listening, youngster. Not many do anymore.
That's why you are considered pointless peasants. They'll never do anything.
Ah, I see the glint of intelligence, nobility, wisdom, consideration, and piety in your eye. A fine day to you. What can I sell you?
Do you sell wind maps?
I'm afraid I do not. Just a few years ago, you could find wind maps everywhere, although only the rich needed them with their airship racing. Recently, the wind maps have disappeared. I know that when the Emperor's men left Tien's Landing, they took all the wind maps with them. There are those who say... but it is not important.
Yeah, just tell me.
Some say that Death's hand is collecting all the wind maps and destroying them so that only he and his minions may travel freely about the Empire. However, I do not believe such talk. I believe firmly in the goodness, kindness, and wisdom of our Emperor and all those around him.
Yeah. So no one has wind maps besides Death's hand.
I suppose there may still be merchants in the Imperial City who have some, and they were once so widely available that there must be some here and there. But I do not have any, nor do I know anyone who has one. I have the finest selection of seed, I carry excellent baskets, wonderful fish nets, and superb boat scrubbers.
Anything useful?
I have a cloak so warm it's like a weapon against the cold. I have a scrubber so good that it cleans like magic.
Oh no. You don't actually have anything I'd want, do you?
I am glad to hear you say what I was thinking.
A completely unfair assertion, after all. Who wouldn't want a basket so big you can carry 2 babies in it? Very well. When you're ready.
Do none of you seek honor? Finally, someone approaches me. I was worried that this town's courage had drained away with the water. You look like a man who is trained for combat. Would you like to put those skills to the test?
You want to test me in combat?
Not personally, no. On behalf of Lord Yun, I'm here to find a skilled warrior who can deal with a unique problem. The Great Southern Forest, which lies north of this village, suffers from a terrible disease. Every tree within its borders sickens, and the place is infested with ghosts of all manners.
Okay, what's causing this sickness?
If we did, would I be here?
Yeah, probably
Lord
yes.
Yun, my master, seeks a way to open the forest again and make it safe for travel. He is prepared to reward whoever aids him. Our men are no match for the ghosts in the forest. Perhaps you are.
How do I reach it?
You must leave Tien's Landing via the gate and follow the roadway to the north. The forest is but a short journey away, and Lord Yun makes his camp at the base of a hill, which should be easy to find. The path there is relatively safe, but travel beyond his camp and things worsen considerably. Go safely, and remember what I've said. Lord Yun needs the help of able warriors like yourself.
It is not easy to be Minister Sheng, beset with troubles and doom, and now interrupted by some difficult stranger. Truly, can you not see that I am busy watching my career slide into oblivion? Minister Sheng simply hasn't time for your petty concerns. I have problems of my own.
What are you a minister of?
The Ministry of Harmony, which oversees taxation and execution, usually in that order. But poor Minister Sheng oversees nothing in this dying town. Nothing but failure! This backwater pimple of a town lives off of the lake created by the Great Dam. But the Great Dam is open and the lake is dry. The town is dying. Under my supervision.
Why is the dam open?
I have nary a clue. Unless... very well, you've convinced me to talk. It is dangerous to say anything, but I am a brave man. It was that horrible Inquisitor, Lim. Lim oversees the Lotus Assassin operations in this area. A few weeks ago, he came to town and demanded a key to the ruins. Then his men went up there and opened the Great Dam.
Why?
Inquisitor Lim has his assassins searching for something, though what it is I couldn't say. Minister Sheng knows better than to stick his nose in the business of the Lotus Assassins. I didn't want the town to panic, so I kept Lim's presence here a secret. Better the peasants think it was ghosts. A much less terrifying idea.
Anything I can do?
Some brave soul must travel through the old ruins, which are absolutely not infested with ghosts, and close the Great Dam. The gate to the ruins is locked, but I have a key. I cannot order or even ask someone to go do this. If the Great Dam closes, the ruins will flood. Various assassins and soldiers will be killed. Not good for my career. But if I happen to lose the key and someone happened to find it, the town could be saved and the problem solved without any sanction from me.
Hey, what did you just give me? Is that the key?
What are you talking about? I haven't given you anything. Although I will need that back when you're done. Oh, and I am certainly not going to tell you that the ruins can be reached by heading across the footbridge and out the west gate of town. It wouldn't be proper.
Would you happen to not know anything about flyers while we're at it?
Minister Sheng remembers when flyers were reserved for the wealthy elite of the Imperial City. Now pirates use them to raid the countryside. Disgraceful. I suppose in theory you could find a flyer at the pirate camp upriver. In practice, however, I doubt you would find the pirates very accommodating. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yes. Rue is surely the only one who would make the trip. And then the pirates would kill you.
Can you tell me anything about these pirates?
The pirates are just one more affliction that plagues this troubled town, and yet another headache for poor Minister Sheng. They raid the surrounding countryside, swooping down with their flyers to capture slaves. Do you know how bad it looks when someone under my jurisdiction is captured by slavers?
No.
Fortunately, they haven't attacked the town itself yet. Gao, the man I hear is running them, knows that would draw too much attention.
Did you say Gao was in charge?
Yes, I believe that was his name. Gao. An unsavory character by all accounts. There are even rumors he is connected to that infamous crime syndicate known as the Guild. The pirates have been operating in this area for many years, or so I was told. However, things became much more serious when Gao took over. The pirates started using flyers and gathering slaves at an enormous rate. I imagine things are very unpleasant over at their camp. Not that I'm willing to go take a look.
So it looks like there's three major areas. One is we have to go to the old ruins to get the amulet piece. We have to go to the pirate camp to get the flyer and a hair map. The forest seems to be optional. Hasn't anyone tried to stop the pirates?
Are you accusing Minister Sheng of neglecting this problem? It's not that easy. One can't simply point and say, the pirates are over there. Well, actually, one can. But the only approach is by river, and no sane bargeman would be willing to risk such a journey. Sane people don't go looking for the pirates. They avoid them. I suppose Rue the bosun is mad enough to take you if he's drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yes, yes. Go and leave Minister Sheng alone to ponder his troubles. Now go close the great dam, and I never said that.
Finally, we're in a position to move forward. We have to try to move this to the open palm, so we might get one of the teachers, the old masters, to teach me. Bruce Barge. Yep. This would be the dam site. So I'll go to the forest work first. It might be the most dangerous area at the same time, since it's optional. It could be a place we can do without any real effect on the rest of the situation here. On style points. I'm hoping to get another style. Maybe the Legend Strike is something we should develop further, even for nothing else, to get a bit more damage, maybe a bit more speed. There's nothing particularly terrible about this, but at the same time I'm not overly keen on the style either. At the same time, we aren't exactly having an easy time of it at this point. But most of that is because we always have to fight in a very, very restricted area. And I don't get what the fuck was the guy thinking who made that design decision. I get that you have to, I mean, think a typical Bioware game. They're all the same. The map is the same, the limitations are the same, but in a usual game, the fight range would be this map. Here, it's some kind of a minor circle where the fight starts. I don't get it. Just suddenly invisible walls there. I just don't get it. I mean, even if you would go for the invisible walls approach, surely you would build a proper arena there instead of having forcing everyone to be in the stabbing range all the time. I just don't get it. I don't get it because it seems like a retarded design. It pisses me off to no end. It sort of ruins all the good things I feel about the combat system. But whatever, we're ready to actually start doing things again.